Hey mi gente, it's Julian Steve, and today we're going to talk about In the Heights. Yes, again. And the reason why is because we are going to talk about Gina Torres' quick response on In the Heights backlash. And also, we are going to talk about my opinions on her response. Before we get any further in this video, I would like to discuss a few things about Gina Torres in case you do not know who Gina Torres, okay guys? Gina Torres is an Afro-Cuban, born on April 25th, 1969 in New York City and is known as an actress. She was briefly raised in Washington Heights and then moved to the Bronx with her family. This also plays a part to why what she said was problematic, but we're going to talk more in depth in the video now. To start off with this video, we are going to, I'm going to read to you guys how this all starts. So on June 12th, 2021, I do not know what to call this man, but I'm going to say his username. His username is Afro-Dominican Association. On his Twitter account, he makes threads of the history of Dominican Republic and of course in the United States as well. Afro-Dominican Association, he addressed something to Gina Torres because Gina Torres replied to what he has said in his tweets. I'm going to read everything and screenshots will be on the screen as well so you guys could read it. Afro-Dominican Association states on Twitter, just watch some of In the Heights. It's a pretty inauthentic film beyond color, just everything is off and cliched. From the dialogue to the wardrobe, this is for white folks basically. On June 13th, 2021, Gina Torres states on Twitter, it's a movie about Washington Heights and all who live there. It's not exclusively a Dominican or Afro-Dominican story. Did it ever occur to you that the guy saying Paraguaya is from PR? I grew up in the Heights. I consider it my home. I was thrilled to see a Caribbean story. Gina. Gina Torres' response is very dismissive. She didn't see this Afro-Dominican's point of view on why he was offended of the In the Heights film. Instead, she just closed the conversation and shut him up. Some Afro-Latinos, they have this tendency of always trying to gatekeep problematic behaviors when it comes to the Latino community, which is why we're not doing that no more. Gina Torres is a part of the problem when it comes to Afro-Latinos who make it in Hollywood and don't know how to humble themselves. It's the truth. I know some of you guys love Gina Torres. Trust me, I admire her work as well, but I am not going to pretend that what she had said is problematic, because it is problematic. She went through so much racism as an Afro-Latina, as an Afro-Cuban. She went through so much racism. She even talked about it back then. So for her to tell this fellow Afro-Latino, Afro-Dominican man that, you know, it's not that serious because there are Puerto Ricans, and that they do the drinks here, it's not working. Like, we have to stop doing that. As Afro-Latinos, we have to all try to see everybody's perspective. We cannot always try to shut people up. That's his culture. He's Dominican. Most people from Washington Heights are Dominicans. So for Gina Torres to try to gatekeep, not even gatekeep, trying to shut him up basically and telling him that he has to be humbled is dismissive. Now, we are going to play a clip of what Gina Torres said after going viral on Twitter on June 17th, 2021.
Hola, mi gente. Thank you. Thank you so much, you beautiful Afro-Latino, Latino community out there. I love you. I see you. I am you. I am so honored to be able to hold these spaces in your heart and in your lives and know that I am dedicated, doggedly dedicated to bringing more stories about us, about all of us and what we look like and the breadth of our depth and what we are and who we are. So please, please, please believe in me, believe in yourselves, support In the Heights because big box office means more opportunities to see the stories that you want to see. So, te quiero, and I'll see you soon.
I'm telling you right now, I am not watching In the Heights, and I'm going to keep it that way. That's one. Two is, as much as I love her response until she said the In the Heights part about watching the movie, I still think that she could have also touched on what she had went through in Hollywood. But I do also be thinking the reason why she thinks the way she thinks is because she's not like me. I have two full black Honduran parents. Both of my parents are fully black. Gina Torres, I believe she's mixed. She has a black parent and a mostly white, maybe some indigenous parent who are from Latin America. So her mindset is probably going to be different from obviously mine. And I'm not saying all biracial / mixed with black Afro-Latinos think this way. Before anyone gets my words twisted, I'm just saying for the way Gina Torres responded, it sounds like she has this mentality of, since I'm mixed, I gotta pick both sides. She doesn't find a way to come to the middle and then seeing, you know what, I think this is wrong because of X, Y, and Z. Which is understandable. I guess she wants to play favorites, but it's not going to work with this. Because at the end of the day, Gina Torres goes through the same BS I go through, especially in Latin America. They don't see me as an equal. And I'm not saying all Latinos that are non-black. Some. They do not see me as an equal. Just like how some non-black people as a whole do not see us black people as equals, it's the same thing within the Latin America community. But that's a whole nother discussion for another day. We're not going to get too in-depth with that conversation. Now I'm going to read what Afro-Dominican Association said when he responded back to Gina Torres. On June 13, 2021, again, Afro-Dominican Association replied to Gina Torres. There are no Paraguaya vendors from Puerto Rico in modern-day Washington Heights, Ms. Torres. Union vendors from DR, yes. Today's Washington Heights and the one you grew up in decades ago are different. These nuisances matter. Dominicans do not feel represented by this movie. Dominicans do not feel represented, and that's the problem. And what bothers me is that Gina Torres responded this way, and even other people on Twitter voiced their opinions on how they felt very disappointed on her response. And that's the problem. That's pretty much what I said previously. We have to, as Afro-Latinos, and not even as in the Latino community, we have to all see everybody's opinion that's from different cultures, because at the end of the show, we are all Latinos, but our cultures are all different. So for us to dismiss a Dominican's opinion on In the Heights, it's a problem. We have to see how they feel, because they the main demographic. We cannot shut them up. Same thing when it comes to Afro-Latinos in general, especially like me, who voiced their opinion on this topic on In the Heights right now. We have to see everybody's opinion. We have to be like, you know what? They right. There's no dark-skinned Afro-Latino representation. If there's no dark-skinned Afro-Latinos, Say it. Admit it. Sure, it's gonna take time to change things, but don't try to dismiss us. We're not gonna shut up. And in person too, because we keep the same energy on the internet and in person. We're not going to be silenced no more. And if you think you're going to silence us, nice try, motherfuckers. You are not silencing us. You're not silencing any black person no more. We are done being oppressed. We are done. We're not going to be quiet. And if you have a problem with it, leave. Do I think Gina Torres should be called out for her behaviors? Yes. Do I give her a chance? Of course I do. Am I still going to support Gina Torres? Of course I am. We gotta support our Afro-Latinos. But I'm still gonna give my constructive criticism when it's needed, and this was one of those times. Thank you so much if you made it this far in this video. I appreciate you. Today's feature comment. Tell me, guys, what do you guys think about Gina Torres' response? Tell me anything, and if you want us to talk about In the Heights in the comments, you could talk about it, okay? Whether you like the movie, whether you dislike the movie, I would like to hear your opinions down below. If you say something that doesn't align with my views, your comment is most likely going to get deleted and you're going to get blocked, because I'm not going to be arguing back and forth. We're not doing that no more. And be sure to check any videos that I recommended in the description down below on this video. I need to grow this channel. I need to push that message out there about us Afro-Latinos and us black people as a whole. Thumbsing up the videos, commenting if you want to, of course, but I would appreciate if you do comment. Follow me on whatever social media, you guys already know, or buy something on my Depop, of course, if you want to. Thank you, and peace, man.